Ever had that moment just you, the quiet hum of the car, and that gut feeling you can't ignore? She kissed you goodnight, she smiled like everything was perfect. But something inside didn't believe it. No evidence, no suspicious texts, no lipstick, no lies. Just that one feeling. She's slipping away, and chances are you were right. Because not all betrayal makes noise. Sometimes it begins in silence. It starts in her heart long before it ever reaches her body. Why good men get blindsided. Most men don't see it coming. Not because they're naive or weak, but because they believe in loyalty more than the person they gave it to. You give everything. Time, trust, love. And she still drifts. She still chooses someone else. If that's ever been you, then what you're about to hear won't just be informative. It'll feel like reliving a moment you never quite healed from. Because here's the hard truth. Some types of women are more likely to cheat than others. And if you don't learn how to spot them early, you'll keep losing years to the wrong ones. This isn't about hate. This is about clarity. And clarity, that's how you take your power back. Quick note before we dive in. I've got a free gift for you. The Female Mind Control Handbook, your crash course in understanding how attraction really works and how to become the kind of man women can't forget. Link is in the description and pinned comment. Download it. It's yours. Now let's talk. The 5 types of women most likely to cheat and how to see them coming before they break your loyalty in two. 1. The chameleon. She becomes everything you want until you need her to be real. At first, she's perfect. You say you love old school loyalties, she's suddenly quoting 1950s love values. You get deep about stoicism or philosophy, she's suddenly always loved Marcus Aurelius. You hit the gym, she starts showing up in leggings every time you hang out. Feels like destiny, right? Wrong. She's not connecting, she's mirroring. She's not building, she's blending. A chameleon survives by adapting to whoever holds the most power in the room. She doesn't really know who she is, so she becomes who she thinks you want. But the moment your energy shifts, the moment you doubt yourself or life hits hard, she's already blending into someone else. And when she cheats, she doesn't cry. She doesn't feel guilty. She just tells herself a story. We grew apart. He changed. I needed more connection. But truth is, she didn't grow. She shifted. She became someone else's mirror. And the scariest part, she'll do it again. You can't build something real with someone who has no center of their own. 2. The eternal flirt. Validation is her oxygen. She walks into a room like she owns it. Every man turns his head and she knows it. The way she scrolls her phone mid-conversation, the way she leans into the bartender like they're old friends, the way she laughs just a little too loud at a stranger's joke, you tell yourself, she's just friendly, confident, social. But your gut says otherwise. Because she doesn't just enjoy attention, she needs it. It fuels her. And when that need isn't met at home, she finds it elsewhere. It starts with harmless compliments, but it ends with texting her ex at 2 a.m. or accidentally flirting with a guy she swears is just a friend. She'll say, it's just chemistry, we're just vibing. She won't call it cheating. She'll call it connection. But when attention becomes an addiction, loyalty becomes optional. And when she jokes, if I ever cheated, you'd never know. That's not a joke. That's her subconscious talking. That little joke she makes, if I ever cheated, you'd never know, isn't just a tease. It's a red flag waving in plain sight. The eternal flirt doesn't cheat because she's cruel. She cheats because she needs to be desired. She's addicted to being wanted by everyone, even if it burns her relationship to the ground. And for her, betrayal isn't a moment of weakness. It's a fix. A way to feed the emptiness she carries. And no matter how much love you pour into her, it'll never be enough to satisfy the bottomless hunger for validation. 3. The trauma drifter. She confuses chaos with love. At first, she'll break your heart in the softest way. She's wounded, vulnerable, raw. She tells you her past, the abuse, the abandonment, the man who broke her, the father who vanished. She cries in your arms and whispers, "You're the only man who's ever made me feel safe." And you feel like her hero, like you've been called to rescue her from the wreckage of her past. But here's the truth. You're not building a future. You're becoming her crutch. She doesn't know peace. She only knows extreme intensity, chaos, emotional spikes. And love to her must feel like a hurricane here. It doesn't feel real at all. The moment your strength slips, the moment you need support, she's gone, already drifting towards someone new, someone who feels like another emotional high. And when she cheats, it's not even about sex. It's about escape. A new story, a new thrill, a new fix. Because she's not healing. She's running from herself. And no amount of love can outrun trauma that hasn't been faced. You can't love someone into stability. She has to choose peace. And until she does, every relationship is just a temporary bandage on a wound she refuses to treat. 4. The I deserve better girl. Entitled to everything, loyal to nothing. This woman is always talking about what she deserves. A better life, a better man, a better everything. But it's never based on effort, never based on growth, only entitlement. You plan a thoughtful date's not fancy enough. You give her time, she wants gifts. You show her your heart, she says you're too emotional. And the moment you hit a rough patch, whether it's money, mental health, or just life being life, she starts exploring options. To her, cheating isn't betrayal. It's a step up. She doesn't view relationships as partnerships. She sees them as ladders. And if she can climb higher by stepping on your loyalties, she won't hesitate. No guilt, no remorse, just another Instagram story about becoming the woman she was meant to be. If you're not helping her rise, you're already below her. Stay away. 5. The emotional gymnast, always justifying the jump. She's the queen of reframing, the master of emotional gymnastics. Cheating, in her mind, is never wrong. Because you made her do it. You were too cold, or too nice, too distant, too available. She twists every argument into an excuse. She'll say, "I didn't feel seen. You stopped trying. We weren't growing together." But here's the truth. She's been building an exit since the day she met you. To her, men aren't people. They're lifeboats. And when the current of real commitment starts getting deep, she jumps ship and blames the waves. She doesn't want a partner. She wants a fallback. And if you let her, she'll always make you the villain in the story she's already rewriting. This isn't about blame. It's about vision. This message isn't meant to shame women. It's meant to wake up men. When you know your worth, you stop chasing people who can't even stay loyal to themselves. You stop trying to fix what was never your job to fix. You stop bleeding for people who wouldn't hand you a bandage. If this hit home, don't scroll. Type "far from weak" in the comments. Not as a badge, but as a vow. A vow to stay grounded, to stay strong, to stay out of emotional chaos. Subscribe if you're done being played. If you're ready to lead instead of chase. And remember, stillness is strength. Loyalty is rare. Protect your soul like it's the last real thing on earth, because it just might be